All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New York Giants. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Here we go. Set. 60 outlaw. Hey, Delta. Back to you. Get it.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Topper! Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, hey, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Hey, 2.
3rd down, they're going to throw for it with McSorley. He's going to float this one deep right side. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Ready?
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it. At the 25. 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st and 10. Here's McSorley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
It's 2nd down.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. McSorley sets to pass, and he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is McSorley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. It's taken to the 26. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, and it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Saquon Barkley, and an alley to run. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, it's McSorley. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This is Barkley, and he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check 52. Let's go.
They'll try to run this one in. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. So it's challenge time. The referee's tablet coming out, and the big question, Charles, did that football break the plane to the goal line?
They just need any part of the ball to cross the goal line in order for it to count. And remember, it's got to be indisputable, though. Sometimes we think it's going to be there. We can't really find it on the tablet. So we'll see what the final call is going to be.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Now.
Here we go on 4th down. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I got you, son. I got you, son. Pick that. Protein spill.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now McSorley. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now Jones throwing on first down. That's complete to Slayton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards and a giant first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
At the 17-yard line.
Let's go. 8, read.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Throwing Jones. This complete to Jones. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, McSorley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. This is Shepard on the catch. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Sterling Shepard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, it's McSorley. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That's good for a Buccaneer first, to pick up of 12 yards. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he'll get... up to the 43-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
6'6", pull it high. 5.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here we go. 10 logo. Switch. 61, matchbox light. Bravo.
Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's McSorley to throw. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 24-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. They come out here in the eye. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Ronald Jones, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that'll make our score 14-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Hey, Charlie!
I'm going to run you over. Mike 52, Mike 52. No chance.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Looking for Shepard deep. Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we are at halftime here on Halloween, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. They'll run on first down. Barkley. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and it'll be second down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Well, they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Good running from Barkley there on first down as he'll get forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
General West.
2nd and 4 at the 17-yard line.
Switch.
Now.
From the 17, Jones, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
X3, 218, chopper.
From just shy of midfield, McSorley, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They'll go to Barkley again. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
All day, baby, all day. Single, slot.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. He's really putting together a spectacular season. That interception, number 11 now on the year.
And I know we're all taught that 7 is a lucky number. I'd say 11 is for him, huh? No doubt about it.
Check three.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. 2nd and 5 now. McSorley. And this is caught by Evans. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Slam, slam, slam.
Now Jones. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
I'm going to hit you.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
You want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
50 snaps.
They'll try again with Jones. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
552.
On 4th down, here's McSorley. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he is out of bounds here. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Giants defense able to come up with a goal line stand.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Complete to Mike Evans. It's a turnover on downs.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
3rd and 4.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
They'll try to right side here. Barkley. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
It's 4th down.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
Set. 30 base. Hey, Orbit.
At 58 is the mic. Go
McSorley, 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. They'll drop the throw. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, foxtrot.
It'll be McSorley again. His throw incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
McSorley once more looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Ready.
Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Coming to you.
Back to throw now on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 5 on the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. McSorley sets to pass. He's got Evans. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing is McSorley. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. On 2nd and goal, McSorley. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley. And I think this defense knew what was coming, as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. At the
fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Barkley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjust so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for New York. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. 1-possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 46 yards.
Close to field goal range now. Get up, get set, and spike it.
Set, ready, 30 base. And the ball, get it.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Giants, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile,